Hi everyone, Jordan.
Hey, Joe.
If you are joining us, this is the second week of our Biohacking Your Stress series. Today is all about mindfulness, what it is, breath work, apps that we love. But when we talk about mindfulness, people kind of get intimidated or scared because they don't really understand what it is.
Yeah.
And we really want to make this easy, accessible, and simple for you guys so it's not intimidating. At its core essence, mindfulness is really just tapping into all of your senses, like opening up your awareness to experiencing what is, to being in the moment. So to make it simple, is can you feel everything going on in and around you? Can you hear the sounds around you? Can you slow down enough to be present? And I know Joe would add to, there's another element to it.
Yeah, so I like to just define it a different way, and that's really what's the key to this whole thing is that like mindfulness is very ambiguous, right? And I think it's why it really confuses a lot of people, but there's a lot of ways to come at it, and so I think that the definition of mindfulness is being present with what is happening in the moment with non-attachment and compassion. And so, if you're going through your life, right, and you have all these things coming at you, right, and if you can just see them for what they are and not be attached, and that means to an outcome, good or bad, and to have compassion for them, and it gives you a lot of freedom. And that's the freedom that you need to, enjoy a life with less stress, really.
Yeah,
And that's one of the biggest things that we're trying to help people with right now, especially with everything that's going on. And I think today's going to be interesting. Tonight's going to be interesting. So hopefully we can help some people with some of these tips.
So one simple thing you can do is, let's say you're washing the dishes, right? Can you actually feel the warmth of the water on your hands? So often we just kind of rush through the chores and don't even notice that we're doing them. If you are taking a shower, can you feel the warmth of the water on your body? If you're driving, can you notice the scenery around you? Can you slow down enough, not physically slow down the car, you don't want someone to run into you, but can you slow down your mind enough so you're not just thinking about your destination and where you're going, but that you're observing where you are, right?
Yeah, I think that a really good test for maybe how mindful you are, right, how present you are in the moment is when you're driving down the road. If you hop in the car, and you head home, and you get home, and then you ask yourself the question, hey, do I remember any of that trip? I bet most people, including myself, you're not gonna remember any of it. And that's because it was on autopilot. You weren't present at all with that drive. You were listening to a podcast, and not that that's a bad thing, or you're listening to music, or you're just in your head. Maybe you even have music playing or a podcast playing, and you're in your head. You're not present at all. And there's a lot of stress there. A wandering mind is a stressed mind. They've done studies on this. Mm-hmm. And so you want to take control of it, because in the control is where you get true freedom.
Yeah. And now the next thing is breathing and breath work, and how can we incorporate that to help us slow down, to kind of tone our nervous system and turn on the parasympathetics, which is your rest, digest, heal, and repair part of your nervous system. Now there are two simple ways I'll teach you how to do this. The first one is simply just having a full, complete diaphragmatic breath. That means that instead of breathing up here, which is in your chest, which a lot of people do, you actually use your diaphragm. So you're expanding the rib cage out left to right, forward and back on an inhale, getting a full breath in. And you can even play with filling the breath up from the base of the belly, then all the way up to the collarbone. But make sure you focus on that lower portion first. And then when you exhale, let it go the opposite way. The next thing you can do is you can make your exhale twice as long as your inhale. And that really helps to tone down the nervous system, to kind of put the brakes on whatever you're experiencing and just calm things down. So the count I like to use is a 4-count inhale and an 8-count exhale. If that is too much for you, or if that kind of puts you into this panic anxiety mode, you can also do a 3-count inhale and a 6-count exhale.
Yeah, there's many different ways to do it. I like doing 4-7-8, which is another way to do this. You're inhaling for 4, which you got to get a lot of air in 4 seconds. You're gonna hold for the 7 seconds, and exhale over the 8. And this one's been very popularized by Dr. Andrew Weil. It's been shown pretty effective in a lot of digestive conditions, because a lot of digestive issues are stress dominance. Like IBS, and stress is very common. So that's one I really like. Another one that's really good if you want to get a little more technical is called RSA breathing, or respiratory sinus arrhythmia breathing. And so when you inhale and exhale, your heart rate actually changes for those varying conditions. And what you can do is you can train your heart to sync up with the breath. And if you can train your heart to sync up with the rhythm of your breathing, then you're taking something that is unconscious breathing and turn it into something that is conscious, and by doing that you can control your emotional state better. And the way it works, this one is a little more technical, but if you have a low heart rate, if you're in the athletic range, you probably want to inhale over 5 beats, and you can feel your heart. So you can get your on the screen right here, you can get your radial pulse here by the thumb, or you can get your carotid pulse right here. And what you can do is you can feel that pulse, and you would want to inhale over 5 beats, and as soon as you're done with that 5th beat, you would start exhaling over 5 beats for an athletic person. Now, if you go up from there and your heart rate's more in the like the 65, 75 range, then you're looking at over 6 beats, and then 75, 85, 7 beats, and so forth. This is what we use. Or this is the basis of what we use for a lot of people with biofeedback. Mm-hmm. So meditation can be very complex, right? It's very ambiguous. A lot of people don't get it. So a lot of times we'll use heart math, and heart math is a really good way to do biofeedback meditation or mindfulness, breathing exercises, focus, training. And it uses this same algorithm, but the difference is it actually will measure your heart rate while you're doing it, and it will help you sync up the breathing rate to the heart rate. So I think this is another really good option for people.
It's like the true definition of biohacking your stress.
It really is. It is, and they've been doing it for 25 years. I mean, there's nothing better out there than heart math. If you want to actually get one of their units are like $150. You can run them off an iPhone or an Android phone. Yeah. Really good ways to.
And if you're looking for other simple ways to do meditations, Calm is a good one, Insight Timer, and so is Headspace. They're all great beginner apps.
Yeah, there's a lot of great apps out there. I mean, I like Waking Up. I think Waking Up's a really good app. I think that Insight is great. There's just so much on Insight. There's so many different things you can do. Headspace is probably one of the best ones with a structured way to learn how to meditate. So there's lots of ways to do this, and this is just a little primer on trying to help people understand what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. So I have a challenge for you guys. When you go home today, drive a different way home.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah. And see if you can actually, notice, all the little things that are out there, all the little signs in the businesses. You'll be so surprised at how many businesses you didn't even know were there.
That's true.
Because you just don't notice all that when you're driving. I think that's a really good challenge. See how much you can remember. See how present you are.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. Be safe. Be happy. Be healthy. Bye.
Bye.